Hi everyone! So in this video, we are going to cover my first 24-hour fast. Before we get into the footage of my first 24-hour fast, I want to cover a couple of things. Starting with, I invite you, if you haven't already done so, to watch the video of the 5 reasons why I started intermittent fasting in the first place. It's going to give you a little bit more background and history into things. Second, I want you to know and understand that it took me a long time, as in months, for me to get to the point where I was, I felt ready to do a 24-hour fast. I started out with doing 12-hour fast. So 12 hours eat, 12 hours fast. And I was allowed to eat anything I wanted in my 12-hour window. And it was a struggle because I had cravings and I was hungry. And it just, now it seems like 12 hours, like, come on, you couldn't even do 12 hours. But back then, it was actually really hard. Eventually, after months of 12 and 12, I worked myself to 16-8. Again, in my 8-hour feed window, I could eat anything I wanted. The reason why, or the primary and the biggest reason why I started intermittent fasting was to get my emotional eating under control. So that's why I did not limit what I could eat in my 8-hour window. What I focused on is that I could go that 16 hours. Even though, again, it was a struggle. I had cravings, I was hungry, and it was tough. Eventually, it did get a little easier, and I felt like, okay, I'm ready to move to the next level, which is the 18-6. Now, once I started getting to the 18-6 window, like, yeah, it's time for me to clean up what I'm eating in my feed window. So I started cleaning things up, and that's when I actually started losing a little bit of weight. So I started getting used to that. I started doing more research. I'm like, if I'm going to continue to proceed with that, I'm going to have to shift over to the keto lifestyle. I'm going to make a video about that, focusing more on the keto lifestyle portion of it. But just to know that it took me months. It's not like I woke up one day and I felt ready to do a 24-hour fast. I knew it was going to be painful, it was going to be tough, but I didn't want to be like nuts, where I wouldn't be able to function and do anything else. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into some footage, and where I'm taking you is the morning of December 31st, the last day of 2020. We're going to the prepping of my last meal of, my last meal of 2020, and also my last meal for the next 24 hours. So let's take a look. Hi everyone, this is the first part of me documenting my first 24-hour fast. So I will be, when I eat what will be a great massive meal of probably 1,200 to 1,400 calories, I will be breaking a 20-hour fast. So technically, if I just went 4 more hours, I would reach my first ever 24-hour fast. However, what I really want to do is go into it starting in 2020 and ending it in 2021. So that in 2021, I started out, so at 9-ish, 9:30-ish, 10 o'clock by the time I've made everything and I stopped eating, then at that time tomorrow I will get to celebrate a first time of doing a first 24-hour fast. Now, if you do look at the ingredients, there's a lot of carbs, sugar. Gonna make for a painful 24-hour fast because I'm about to spike the crap out of my insulin. But I'm willing to do it because it's also saying goodbye to some of these foods. Well, not quite. So in 2021, the plan is to continue to fast, but go into a keto diet. So that I can maximize what I get out of my fasting. But I'm making this meal. It's my last big meal of 2020, and I do want to enjoy it. It might actually be hard to finish it. So I'll make a couple more videos to kind of let you all know what I'm doing today, what I feel like, my energy level, my hunger level, and all that good stuff. And I have been educating myself. I do better understand now insulin. So I'm going to brace for the fact that while I'm going to be consuming enough calories to easily go for 24 hours. It's not going to work out that way because of what I'm going to be doing with my insulin levels. Live and learn. This is what this journey has been all about. All right, so I'm going to cook up this meal. I'll take some pictures afterwards, add it to this video, and again, let you guys know what I'm doing today, how I'm feeling. Okay, so now we're going to look at some of my food prepping videos. I need some serious work on my food prepping and videos. I need a different camera to do this with. But I gotta tell you, I was really excited that morning. And I also felt like I needed to eat a lot of food, which I did. I just love this video of me toasting 2020 with syrup. I have taken many sips of syrup in 2020 because this was my comfort food, my go-to food in 2020 as I was fasting, obviously in my feed time, in order to feel really full and satisfied. I live alone, so no worries, nobody else is having any of the syrup. But yeah, 26 grams of sugar and 2 tablespoons, 110 calories. I will have to say goodbye. I just put syrup in my hair. I will have to say goodbye to the syrup at some point in 2021. Once this is over, bye-bye. It's heartbreaking. I'm French Canadian. We love our syrup. And it's not uncommon for us to drink it straight up. That syrup looks so delicious. It's still in my fridge. I haven't touched it since December 31st. And I tell you what, I don't make keto pancakes and waffles because I'm not going to make those and then put fake syrup on them. So if I do make them, the real syrup, which is full of sugar and carbs, is going on it. So probably at some point I'm going to have a feast day where I'm going to have regular pancakes again, and that syrup is coming out, and I can't wait. 1 minute to 10. Dishes are made. I am fed, and I'm going to go take little man for a little walk because I need to make sure that I get my digestion going with a nice little walk. Did that for a little while, then it dropped off. But as I move into 2021, that's definitely something that I will do a lot more of because I do understand that how well I digest the food makes a big difference again in the whole insulin game. So, and also after the meal I just had, I was ready to just crash and take a nap. So it's good to take a little walk with little man, get the blood flowing, get the digestion of that meal going, and then I will get focused on getting some work done. Now let's have a look at the first update video of that day. I am thankfully not hungry yet, so that's really great. I've been doing some work on the computer, and I just did a live on YouTube, so been staying busy. I am sleepy, so I am gonna take a nap. I'm gonna chill a little bit, take a nap before I do some more work. I have another training. I have a New Year's resolution workshop at 6 tonight, so I'm gonna relax for a little bit, then get back up and do some more work. So this is not irregular. I am known for taking a nap during the day. So I'm awake at around 4 every day. And then I spend some time in bed. So by 4:35, I'm up every day. So that means I'm usually good for a nap around this time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my nap. Not entirely sure why I needed to share my napping habits with you all, but it's true. I'm a napper. It is 5:30. I'm getting up actually about an hour, 30 minutes later than what I usually get up. I slept pretty well, minus the fact that it's New Year's Eve, so I got woken up by fireworks and, usual wake up having to go to the bathroom. But overall, I did not wake up. I went right back to sleep, so I was not starving. I was not twisting and turning in bed because I was so hungry and all I could think about was food. I'm 10 hours in, I got 5 hours to go, and I'm hungry now. I'm not lightheaded, but I do feel the hunger. So we'll see how the next 5 hours are gonna go. And I'm debating whether or not I'm going to exercise. So I'll keep you posted on that front. It's now 8 in the morning. So for the last 2.5 hours, I have done my prayers. I have done my breathing exercise for the Wim Hof challenge. Done some journaling, definitely done some work online, and it's getting very challenging. Every morning around 7:30, 8 is when I eat, and my body knows it and it wants food. So my ability right now to focus is getting hard because I'm starting to really start thinking about food and the fact that I want to eat. So I'm not sure how much more I'm going to get done in the next 2 hours. The aim is not to continue to be productive and work. The aim is to get through the next 2 hours. And then eventually that has to change. And that's why I will get into keto dieting so that I don't get to this point where I can no longer be productive because all my brain is focused on is food. What's really great about that video is that it has gotten easier to do the 24-hour fast. I mean, I've done 5 24-hour fasts since then and a 48-hour fast. I'm not saying I'm a pro at it, but for sure over time it has gotten easier. Although there have been some that have been tough, and of course we'll talk about those in a future video. Now, let me tell you, at that point, though, my first 24-hour fast, a few hours before it was time for me to eat, I was watching the clock like a hawk. Like, I could not wait to finally get to eat again. What? Look at me. I didn't even have time to make a video before I started shoving food in my mouth. I was so hungry and eating before making my video. Sorry about that. Okay, so now let's have a look at some of the wisdom and some of the thoughts that I had after that first ever 24-hour fast. I'm done with my meal and I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, am I still hungry? Should I eat some more? The only thing that I really have to eat would be oatmeal, and that's adding more carbs. So now I'm really careful about this whole, really careful about my carbs. So I don't think I'm gonna have that. I need to change the staple foods that are in the house so I am better prepared than when I am hungry. I can be low carbs with what I eat. So I'm gonna go for my walk, let myself digest the meal that I just had, and I'll go from there. So like I said in the other video, stay tuned on the channel. I'll keep making updates on how things are going for me as I'm transitioning to a keto, and I'm continuing on, extending my fasting and continuing to see what benefits that I gain from it. And hopefully I also lose some weight. But this has never been about weight loss. It really has been about changing my relationship with food and bringing an end to my emotional eating. And so far, it's working, because prior years on New Year's Eve, I would have been stuffing myself with chocolates and all kind of foods that I would tell myself, well, going to the new year, I'm not going to eat these foods anymore. Lies, because I was in this vicious cycles with food, and it's been about ending those cycles. So I'm feeling strong and I'm feeling good that I'm on the right path. All right, awesome. Now my thoughts on my first 24-hour fast, 40 plus days later, multiple other 24-hour fasts, and a 48-hour fast. I am so happy that I embraced fasting and that I pushed myself to get comfortable with it. And even, I actually enjoy it very much, which is what makes it a little tough that right now I have to look into, am I overdoing the fasting? Do I need to step back a little bit and not fast quite as much so that I continue to get benefit from it versus it being destructive and unhealthy for me? It's a process. It was a process to get to this point. It was a process to get to that 24 hours. It's a process to get to the point I'm at now. And it's going to continue to be a learning and growing process, which I'll keep capturing on videos. So if you find this content interesting, by all means, please subscribe to the channel and also hit the little bell so you get all the updates of what's happening. And there's a lot happening. So hope you've been checking out the water cooler shorts. I'll be adding some additional shorts related to fitness and foods and all kinds of things. So this is my place for me to communicate with you and to engage you to communicate with me. So have you done a 24-hour fast? If so, do you have a video about it? Post it in the comments or let me know, what was it like for you? Or is it something that you want to work yourself up to being able to do? So let me know where you're at on that spectrum in the comments. All right, I will see you all in the next video.